Hello, welcome back. This is Gentleman Rocket PDX. This is Tony. Behind the controls is Hans.
Yeah.
And along commenting with us is Dana.
Hello again.
All right. So we are following Saga and uh, Sam Lake. I'm sorry, I forgot what his character's name is.
Casey.
Well, no. Well, yes. Yeah, he has the same name as his weird fictional character.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that. Thanks. They've just investigated the murder scene where Special Agent Nightingale's body has been ritually murdered, and we're about to head back in town to go autopsy it because Saga just went all mind palace-y and deduced that something was left in his body.
And talk to the witnesses, the bookers.
And talk to the witnesses, the bookers. Yes.
And buy Casey a cup of coffee because he was right about the tarps.
Yes. Dan was paying attention. Oh, what's this thing?
Is it FPC?
It is, not that you can tell yet. Like,
I could read the sign. It says FPC on it.
did it?
Yeah.
And it had their symbol.
There's another lunchbox.
There's their Alex Casey lunchboxes.
Yeah.
We're all in this together. Have a heroic day. So sweet.
More fragments.
Oh, you got to pop out your
Heck yeah.
flashlight.
Yeah, it's all flashlight time. All the time.
Got a contextual down those ledges.
I was trying to flashlight down them, but it didn't work.
Nice.
Now I can get really, aggressive and instigative with people. Just stick flashlights in their faces.
Blue light top.
You
Can't
go,
fit the
too slow,
clues
man.
all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod for a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
I feel like she came to all these conclusions already.
They're just recapping for us.
Just recap. Exactly.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
What's up there? Oh, those are the cabins, right?
Probably.
This is a license plate, Washington. I think that looked like a Washington license plate.
I'm pretty sure it's.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
Thermos people? Is that what they are?
I thought they were spray paint.
Lift up. Your head can't. So.
Sorry.
I mean, I feel like I'm inclined to just go to thermoses because of
The
the
diner's
amount
just up
of
the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the
thermoses I
sheriff
have
and
to
Al
pick
with
up
us
in
this
either
week.
game.
I smell coffee.
Oh, that makes sense. He smells coffee.
They're like straight up collectibles in the first one, right?
Yeah. And they're everywhere.
They're save checkpoints.
This lady looks angry.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got
They're
it.
so
Hi.
mad. Oh, we don't talk, actually. I don't. I don't
I'm
talk to
surprised you
you.
got that much out of her.
So, buddy.
Cheer
That
up.
looks like somebody with a lot on their mind.
cheer up, guy.
Have you ever seen First Blood?
Just want to get some food and I'll be on my way.
I need something to cut this.
Oh, just use the shortcut key. Right.
Use your flashlight to bash it.
I like how she doesn't have a reason to go over there, other than I'm just wandering there, and her response is, "I need to figure out how to cut this." Like she doesn't want to cut that one, but whatever.
The radio broadcasts are interesting, but they're not something I feel like you have to sit and listen to. Or we can. So,
I just want to know where it's coming from.
there's a little
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
just ruin this guy's photos.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's all selfie.
Flooded.
I mean, is it really flooded if it's just a lake right there?
And why is it
Welcome
flooded?
back, Anderson.
He says that with so much disdain.
Mm-hmm. Like if you weren't just like a super whiz with solving cases, you can tolerate life right now. It's just like, oh my god.
Coffee have you had today, Charlie?
Don't know, don't care.
Charlie's killing it.
How much have you had? Not enough. That's how much. Never enough coffee. Oh, that rich,
They just tease you with coffee, you can't actually get it. Okay.
Not to toot my own horn, but I am pretty darn sure my, I mean our float will be the belle of the ball at this year's Deer Fest. Just a few more days.
It's a nice looking float for sure.
This is my first Deer
Deer
plans for the
so I
day
don't know
after
what
the
to
festival.
expect, really.
It is the finest entertainment town like ours has to
Oh,
offer.
dear.
The happiest day of the year. Like
Huge.
Christmas, but better.
Let me guess. The FBI. Welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here. I got you both some coffee. Oh,
How
it's
did he know they were
Washington's finest.
FBI?
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Brinker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time.
So if you were like, man, that looks like Iceman from X2, then you'd be right. That's Sean Ashmore.
Have you had many people besides the
Work.
known victims go missing?
Sure. But it's slowed down ever since Cauldron Lake was fenced off.
I'm gonna guess. Missing person cases.
Do you play lime in the coconut still?
The fence was built just after.
Maybe.
Oh, it's out of
But they reference it.
Hey, how's it going?
Can't believe that happened. Still feel like I'm gonna be sick.
Do they do jukebox missions in like this, like they do in Control?
No.
Darn.
Cool.
Hey there.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay? So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted. and call the cops.
He seems a lot more disturbed than she does. She seems pretty chill about
This
the
also
whole
seems
thing.
like a very public place to have this conversation and like not freak out everybody.
What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found out. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
Is that a FBI Spidey sense? Is that what just happened right now?
100%.
I think it's Polaris.
So it's because
My first ever prank on Casey. A true classic.
Would she put cocaine in a salt shaker?
This is just where you can re-listen to radio broadcasts,
Oh, I gotcha.
and then that's where you get menu upgrades.
Gotcha.
Can you
That's
listen
where
to
you drink whiskey?
Casey's favorite brand. Tastes terrible.
Can you listen to Autis Tango on the radio?
Does it lock you in? Can you listen and then walk away? No. Gotcha.
Yeah.
The cult of the tree. What are the bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree bag, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists. The bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were telling the truth. Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
What is all these are that you're finding?
Okay. We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer. I need to know more about the Code of the Tree if I'm going to shut them down. Okay. So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing to me.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing Deerfest.
Oh, God. Saga! Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me.
I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl?
She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird you don't remember.
How do you know I have a daughter?
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time.
No. You're mistaking me for someone else.
If you say so.
It's Rose.
I feel like it's a pretty unique name for you to just be like, well, you're mistaking me for somebody else.
Don't mind me.
Go where I want.
So I don't
Hey there,
think I
Mr. Deer.
completed this challenge.
You
but
remind me of a dream I had.
like a unlockable something. You actually pet every deer in the game.
Oh, well, I'm on it. Don't worry. Pet all the deer.
Do they have to be taxidermy or alive?
Oh, can you just hide out in here? That's awkward.
Yeah.
Block the hallway.
Let's see.
It's
Like that
perfect time for flashlight.
map. Yeah, perfect indeed. Right.
Well, now I understand why I need to break that.
Yeah.
Even the map says so.
Can't open this with my bare hands.
Your FBI, you should be able to kick down every door you come across.
That's true.
Just evade me, you just explode the fuck out of everything. Just telekinetic brain powers.
It's true.
Like, I don't
It
like locked
doesn't
doors.
budge.
Need to find a marginally useless upgrade mod.
A cult murdering a man is pretty extreme. Why didn't you tell the police what you saw?
We did. We told those two idiot deputies. They didn't listen. And they wanted to throw Ed and I in jail for that murder. You know, Bright Falls is just Alabama with bigger trees.
This is my case now, and no one is
Oh, I
throwing
thought
you
that
in
was
jail.
Ahti in the background.
If you need anything else, just come to me.
Got it. Thank you, Saga.
Tried to eat my flashlight. That was weird.
So, Rose, help me out. How do you think we know each other?
We all know each other around here. It's been a while, but I never forget a face. Or a coffee order.
Guess I just have one of those faces.
Racist.
Seen anything out of the ordinary in town lately? Suspicious people in deer masks?
No one's suspicious. But soon enough, there'll be lots of happy people wearing deer masks for Deerfest. Practically everyone will be wearing one.
Good to know.
Flashlight.
That's how you know you're getting properly interrogated.
You're ready to go take a look.
Let's go. Well, Casey, I got a lead. Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree.
A murder cult.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. You're in the woods at night, the cult will get you.
Ahti?
That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
Played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests.
Mind your own
Deerfest.
business, Ted.
Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
You sound like a cult member. head.
It's a little too chipper, you know?
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. She always has been. Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's best not to take it personally.
Hey, boss. Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
Oh, this is the Bright Falls Sheriff Station. Anything you need, just let us know.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
Hey.
You don't talk to FBI agents unless you're spoken
So we
to
share a
first.
morgue with the funeral home next door.
Play
It's a
by Squid
shoestring
Game
budget.
rules.
I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, it's pretty dark.
Something about morgues. They always cheer me up.
Who's this creep that just lives and stands down here?
He's joking.
In the dark.
She was guarding the door, I guess. Whoa. Just that dead stare.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a
She's
look
probably
at that
seen
patient.
Nightingale and she's not the same anymore.
I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination.
You look like you got cleaned up a little bit.
It's true.
What was the cause of death?
Missing heart.
What other clues can the body give me? There's writing on here. Can't make it out.
Writing? How'd they manage that?
The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up. This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy. Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
Aha. They did leave something inside his chest. Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us.
Nailed it.
Basically a dog there. I don't know if it's all good.
Text is smudged. Looks inverted. Heart can't have been marked before removal. There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there? It's the same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here.
feel like this whole police station's just killing it.
Wait.
See ya.
Sheriff?
What the hell? Didn't see her. Could not see into bright light.
You're right.
He's coming. No weapon. The page said to get into the light. He can't see me in the light.
My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back. Go!
Vanished.
You did it.
Do we get anything here, or should we just skip through?
It's gonna play a whole song.
Okay.
So you can.
I didn't even know if it was like the first one or not.
Yeah, each chapter has a song. Most of them are, I don't know if there might be a few repeats, but they're mostly unique. Oh.
My Google search says the featured artist is Raquel.
Okay, so there's the Road song for the song called The Road or something like that. That must be the one that Poe does. And she does like 4 versions of it. Something like that. But I know Poe's an artist in there. But yeah, I'm surprised. Sorry. This road. Yes, by Poe. There's 2, 3, 4 versions. Cool. Ready to continue.
He didn't have a heart, but he still got up. The
So you're
page
wrong about the
predicted all
cause of
it.
death.
It helped me fight him.
He just disappeared? What the hell is going on here?
We need to figure that out if we're gonna do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this. There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward. Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery. The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Maybe. We need to start with learning this cult's goal, their purpose.
There's one of the pages on the floor.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster. Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. He was there too.
Is it more
Nightingale
on these?
was, but
There
wasn't
is,
a taken,
but,
a creature
click on
of
the right one.
darkness. He was beyond her reach, where some other strange reality, the dark place, merged with ours. This place and the dark place, a tarp thrown over top, drowning everything beneath it, a flood of darkness, soaking into everything, spoiling it, rotting it. The page called this area an overlap. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult, required precise steps, a ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster before he killed again. Her job, he'd be inside, waiting for her.
Yeah, so there's definitely more depth in there. There's go with one though. Where'd it go? Saga fights Nightingale was highlighted.
The autopsy room was a mess, like a bomb had gone off. Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her under the light, lurched past her. The Taken could not see into bright light. The light hurt them, hurt the darkness in them, made them vulnerable. I flick the switch, it goes click. Show me the clicker, lights are off, but somebody's home. Hemingway brought you here, witch. Get out of my house, Nightingale shouted. A wave of terror crashed through Saga's head. The awful truth. Nightingale had no heart in his chest, but here he was, killing a monster. The world had lurched out of balance. You found yourself trapped on the far side of the mirror.
So, Alan Wake is voiced by Matthew Peretta, also the voice of Dr. Darling in Control. Kind of wild when you think about it.
I wouldn't have connected that, but now that you said it, I can't not hear it.
Yeah. There's a great moment when, so Ilka Villa is the actor who plays Alan Wake. Matt Freda is his English voice actor. And there is a moment, sorry, spoilers, but there is a moment where you get to see Dr. Darling and
Must be
Ilka
locked from
playing
the other
somebody
side.
meet each other. It's pretty cool.
Lady dead.
Yeah. I didn't say anything, but she had a total.
I can't
lecture.
get through this.
That 1,000-yard stare that she had
Mhm.
kind of was weird.
I mean, I'd be kind of weird if somebody was just like flashing lights in my eyes and they just met me. So
It's true.
I mean, she guards a basement of the sheriff's department in Bright Falls. Probably have to have a dead-eyed 1,000-yard stare to get through the day.
that's true.
Okay. How do we move on? Yeah, I think you need to go to your house and like make some deductions there. That's probably what's holding you up. I'm guessing. No.
Don't have anything in the palace. It looks like.
Check the case board.
Yeah, we're good.
We got something. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch.
Doesn't look right.
Right next to it. Oh, you got it. Never mind.
That was quite the noise.
No, dummy. You can zoom out some. Might be some
Yeah.
ecology maybe or something higher up. There we go.
Made progress, but still doesn't look like. Dude is wrecked.
In case you have any context.
Talk to me anymore.
Can't be opened on this side.
Okay, I heard you first.
Door open now. What does your goal say? Figure out where Nightingale what?
Went.
Went. Oh, okay. There's got to be something with the house then, right? What else are we missing here? Look through the other files.
The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting.
You just had to book in the previous murders, and now your investigation's about the cult. So that's, I think, what was missing.
A dead man turned into a monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future. There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve.
So, Sheriff Breaker, Sean Ashmore, was the lead protagonist of Quantum Break. And, what was that actor's name who passed in The Wire?
Lance Reddick?
Yeah, Lance Reddick was also in Quantum Break and was slated.
Page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
Lance Reddick was in Quantum Break and was slated to play a character in this.
We heard gunshots. Y'all okay?
Did you get spooked by the bodies?
But he unfortunately passed.
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Clean up my murders.
Me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
Once again, like, this police precinct is just killing it with 2 dead bodies in a room and 2 people unscathed walking out.
And a district sheriff.
And nobody else in there. It seems fairly obvious these FBI people kill people.
How could he do anything? He's dead.
Shortcut key obvious. No.
Well, that's all crazy talk. Monsters aren't real, and what do you mean the sheriff?
So you're having that conversation over the body of a dead coworker.
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
They're a fine pair.
Oh.
Oh dear, I am a tourist, and it appears that I'm lost in the woods. It only had a tour guide, also. It's bear season. Oh no, a bear. Help. Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh wow, Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right, I'm Ilmo Koskela, voted best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee World magazine, and I'm here to give you the tour of a lifetime. But Ilmo, I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Janko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government, and that's why at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours we say, fuck the government.
Even the bear.
Bolt cutters. Oh wow, you think of everything, and we'll take you anywhere.
Hey, they have bolt cutters.
Hiking through the scenic Elderwood National Park. Fishing in the crystal clear waters of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak.
Is that eagle carrying a
Tour of a
thermos?
lifetime is just one phone call away. Book now to get a 9% discount on this limited edition Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos.
Amazing.
Exactly. This is glorious.
Hello. My client has been held here long enough. Are you gonna let me speak to them or not?
Just a moment now.
I can't get through this.
I know one of you is stealing toilet paper. I've been counting them, and there's an entire roll missing every day from stock. Theft is taken seriously around here. It's sheriff's station for Pete's sake. One of these days, I'm going to catch you red-handed, and you better believe you're getting thrown out. What a disgrace you are. What kind of nut counts toilet paper rolls? Sounds like you got too much time on your hands. It's awesome. All nuts. No detective can do it, so.
How many times do we have to do this, Walter? Huh? I'm at my wit's end with you.
I want out! Something bad's going down! I can feel it!
It's not wrong.
Let me out!
Do you think I like throwing you in jail every other day? No, I don't. Do you have any idea how much paperwork you're causing me?
That guy's creepy.
Very much got the
You can sit here
Alan
and
Wake
stew
hoodie
for a while.
thing going on.
Think about your life choices, buddy. Is it really worth this?
Shame to say that the Alan Wake hoodie does not return.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, Casey?
A smart choice, Anderson. Yeah, Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't been wrong yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead. Merced won't roll over on the issues.
Set it for me.
So it is Washington.
Rinse and repeat. Clock out, get a beer.
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago. He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Ha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
It get darker.
The page says Nightingale's in something called an overlap. Need to figure out exactly what that means.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this mess.
Thanks. Let's start looking for Nightingale where he was killed. The writer of these pages knows what will happen. Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming. Impossible things are happening here. A world operating on different rules. I need to understand this strange logic. To see the clues. To solve the case. I've been thinking more about the cult of the tree. What sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
In my experience, they don't.
We're not seeing the full picture yet.
Okay, that's why the motorcycle ended down here.
Hey, hello there. How are you folks doing?
Those restricted areas.
Hello,
Don't do.
Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela. Fantastic to meet you. And yes, Stephen here hired me to show him through the woods. He's in town on important government business. Fixing this impressive piece of hardware.
I work for the FBC, ma'am. I'm authorized to be here.
And I bet you two are here about that murder. Nasty stuff. How's it going?
What is this thing?
It's just a monitoring station, ma'am. The Federal Bureau of Control checks volcanic activity and air toxicity levels. No need to worry, though. It's mostly for research purposes.
That's one gorgeous sweater, Saga. Looks Nordic. I bet a family member made it.
Stephen, we're investigating a murder that occurred nearby. What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid. But I don't know anything about a murder. Operations here are run by a different department. I'm just here to make some repairs. The wiring on this thing frays every couple months.
Yep, that's the raccoons. They grow real big here with teeth like you wouldn't believe. Can gnaw right through a garbage can.
How did you hear about the murder, Ilmo? Do you know anything that could help us?
People tend to tell me things. The Koskela brothers are kind of a household name around here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some fun, stop by Watery. Just down the road from Bright Falls, there's our Coffee World amusement park. There's sauna ja vihta. And we offer a variety of guided tours, hunting, fishing, hiking, whatever strikes your fancy. You name it, we probably got it.
My mother made this sweater for me. How do you know?
I knew it. My mom used to knit those sweaters for me and my brother. Watery, my hometown, was founded by Finnish immigrants. So between your name and the sweater, I figured your family might be from Finland too. Suomi, Finland. Pulla, Karjalan piirakka.
Close. My mom's family is from Sweden originally. I don't know much about them beyond that. The sweater is just something to remember her by. Well, I need to get back to it. Let's get to the murder site, Casey.
What'd you find there, Stephen?
Nothing.
In its note, clear signs of tampering. Signal was rerouted into a transmitter that is not one of ours. I fixed it, so any alerts will come our way, but it's definitely concerning. I'll make a report for the investigations department. Leaving this here in case I'm not the next person to fix things. If you're reading this, check for tampering. We want to put more secure metal casings around the whole thing so that the raccoons, in quotation marks, can't get to it anymore. Even then, chief technician. Like how Steve's just not buying it, but he's not coming in front of it. Just do more casings.
And Alex doesn't even want to associate with that group of people. He's like, I'm going to stand 15 feet away.
Really off. Breaker's disappearance. I don't get the feeling Nightingale was responsible.
He was about to give you more of those pages. Something didn't want us to have them? Or was protecting him from Nightingale? Spontaneous combustion? I don't know. Not the kind of disappearance we normally solve. crime scene's drowning. I never minded rain. Feels like home.
No sign of Nightingale. But the page did place him at Cauldron Lake, in an overlap. So how do we follow him there?
Maybe something around here will tell us.
We've seen this symbol before.
Good eye.
Bare feet. Nightingale. I'll see where these footprints lead. Can you comb through the crime scene one more time, KC? Just in case?
On it. If anything comes up, I'll radio you.
Classic horror story. Team split up.
There's some massive footprints.
Okay. Thank you. Hey, it's just 15. It's all good. Thank you.
Getting spooky.
Spookier than zombie Nightingale?
The tracks lead into the water. Where'd he go from here?
Roll into the water.
I can feel something. A presence.
So far.
Nightingale isn't far.
So far, dirty.
Yeah, but it doesn't pause when you're in your palace, right?
That's true.
I feel like the music is a little too spooky right now.
Which is ladle. There's no mystery in Cauldron Lake being named after its cauldron shape, and yet there are many mysterious stories about the lake. It being a gloomy doorway to the underworld, or of a witch whose cauldron the lake really was. The legend tells that when affections of a local sheriff went unanswered, he accused the lady in question of having bewitched him. She was drowned. But her dropped ladle grew into a strange tree named the Witch's Ladle. The woman returned to avenge her wrongdoers. If she was not a witch before, she was one now. She killed the sheriff, drowning him in the lake. Then, she took out his heart and locked it in a box. With the heart, she would summon him from the lake to exact revenge on her behalf, or so the legend goes.
What is that? Seems like it's reacting to the light. These aren't the same tracks that were here before. They're headed into the tree, not out of it.
We pretty messed with that. We're safe.
There it goes. Wouldn't let me turn the camera.
I know Nightingale is somewhere around Cauldron Lake.
The tree was a threshold. This place and the dark place. You're in over your head. Next stop, Caldera Street Station.
The threshold. Like a doorway. Leading to Nightingale. It's somehow connected to a tree. Witch's Ladle?
Alright. That was the episode. We'll be back the next one. This is the Morocco PDX with Tony, Hans, and Daniel.